All right, take two. Let's see. Hopefully, we are good to go. Oh no. Hey Gary. All right, I'm glad that we're up and running again. Hopefully, this one's going better. We are in the tower, so we're gonna do this tower run. I think we are. I think we're good now, Dragon. I think we're good. I'm gonna start with the tower run just because I clicked on it, and I'm just gonna run it since I'm here. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, you guys are working better than the Wi-Fi was earlier. That was oof, that was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't know if I've never dealt with Wi-Fi that slow, but it wasn't even loading for us. So we were having some issues, but I think we're good now. Hopefully, everything's good to go. I'm kind of scared to mess with it too much right now, but we'll keep going and we'll see how this all plays out. So. All right, we're in the tower run, which we love to see. Just run it up right here. Going to try to grab as many items as we can. I'd really like the tower coins, ideally, as we pick some up right there. Love to see it. Nice, we got some more right there. And really, the main purpose is I just want to have a bunch of these coins, ideally for upcoming Summerfest. I just want to start stacking them, saving them up for when we do have you need to acquire 1,000 soul stones of heroes. I think that that's going to be very beneficial to me for that task. So definitely something I'll be looking to improve upon, I guess I'd say. So let's see, we got Ishmael, who's getting close to complete on the glyphs. We will indeed upgrade the armor penetration here and get it close to 43. Nice, okay. So we've improved it a bit. We can complete that there and claim some of our mail, which we have kind of stacked up to a certain degree. Let's see, I think we might have some things I need to claim as well individually. So let's just slowly go through that. We do have some rewards. This is something I want to talk with you all about soon here. I did want to actually check one thing before I made an official announcement on that, but there will be a video tomorrow in place of the stream because I don't want to be having this issue again. But again, I did mention that it's going to be kind of a busy week. Hold on, let me just claim these things here. Don't want to make any mistakes. Claim, 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 claim. Nice key. Don't want to lose those free rewards there that are solid. Ranking reward. Okay. Got a lot of rewards I got to claim here. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything before it expires. Should be good there. Should be good there. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Nice to have you here, John Jensen. Round two, right? Always a charm. Ray Johnston. Thank you. Thank you. Glad it's working good. Francis says hello again. Dragon says, any Facebook players experiencing broken audio after 10 minutes of in game activity? I will say I usually have my audio completely off. I just find the audio personally annoying. So maybe that is just me. I'm going to spend the gold here just to get some of these rewards. So we'll take these rewards as they come. So we're at 4 out of 5. Oh, so we need more hunters to join. I'm not big on spending emeralds to get these, and I think this one's emeralds, right? Yeah, emeralds. What is this one? It's just a straight up purchase. Of course it is. No, thank you. We're good. But anyway, so okay, we have 850 energy now that I have to spend. So we're going to start actually by looking at our buddy Lars, who I wanted to complete. So I think he's getting close here. And let's see, we got Creator Worlds item is the last item I need. And Simon's Enlightenment. So we can actually grab some of those here. And we need Creator Worlds Recipe, which I'm going to actually try to go for that. So 128, we've gotten some headway there. Long ways to go still on this item, but that makes me closer in general. Who else? We are working on Judge a little bit as well. Obviously, Dragon Paralyze is here, and we always work on Judge even a little bit when he's here. So we gotta improve him at least a little bit. Let's see, where is our buddy Judge? I don't think did I pass him? No, not yet. Where's Judge? There's Judge. So Judge is moving up on my list. I usually remember him being much lower on that, but that's I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? Moving up the list is always a good thing. We're gonna spend 100 emeralds here and go ahead and finish off this item here for our buddy Judge, which is the Spear of Power. Equip that on there and get him to orange +2. We can create a couple items here for him, so we will. There we go. So Judge moving up into the orange +2 skins. Long ways to go. Not going to rush on that. Glyphs, we got some room for improvement, as well as the artifacts. We'll hold off on the other stuff for now, but that is some improvement on Judge at least. Jimmy Thomas, yo, yo, yo. Nice to have you here. Tanya, hello. Lovely to have you guys here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Ray says, yeah, they doubled the emerald cost on the Cutthroat Bay. I wouldn't even pay 1,000 for it as it stands. I mean, if all of these included, in my opinion, more art, more of these Hero Soulstone chests, then I think it's a great deal. But I'm currently only seeing that treasures available are 5 of 6. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, there's 6 here. You get these 5 unlocked, but it really doesn't make sense. Other than that first reward is a good reward, the rest of them seemingly to me are pretty regular. Like what is this? This third reward here seems to be like maybe like what? Like 5 cent value? I mean, maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but I'm really seeing zero value on this one. This one here I see like not much. I mean, that's nice, but what am I going to do with some Titan Potion? 2,500 Titan Potion, not very much. You add a 0 to the ends of these. I'm like, okay, that's respectable. I mean, here as well, I feel like Chaos Particle should be 1,500. There should be, I mean, maybe that should be 5 instead of 2. I think that's a little low. Again, this reward to me doesn't do much either. So I think 4 of the 5 rewards for me aren't doing what I'd like to see. So for me, this is not a great value. Corsair Lagoon. Yeah, I think I gotta kind of agree with what I've been saying here earlier. I mean, 10 large skinstone chests is nice. But I mean, that's okay, right? It's a decent amount of Essence of Elements. But leading up to that, I'm looking at this and I'm going, really? Like 25 Titan Artifact Spheres? That's not going to get me a guaranteed totem or anything. Um, the large Skinstone chest, not really kind of my thing either. The runes, okay, all right. But still, 15 only. I think there's a lot more value elsewhere. This is probably not the place to be spending funds. I don't think is on this treasure hunt particular event. I just don't see the value here. Not one that I'd be participating in. This I think is worth it for the gold, especially if we can get to this last Lesser Hero Soulstone chest. Even if not, I do think there's some value here, and we'll take it. So that's where I stand on this event. Not really super in depth. Tanya, thank you for being a supporter for another month. Always appreciate you. You rock. Um, Thank you very much. And yeah, Ray, I'm not really sure. I mean, even at single cost, I don't think I'd be a buyer of that particular item there, even though I don't even have the emeralds to do it. But you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think it's worth the I don't think it's worth it. Even if it's like if it was 500 emeralds, I'd consider it, but not at the price that it's at. Let's see. Anthony Smith. Yep. Got back now. Had to go to your YouTube page to find it. When I refreshed the page, it did not come up. Yes, yeah, I think we're good now on the issue. Not trying to jinx it, but yeah, definitely. I think the Wi-Fi router is just having some issues. We I don't usually reset it that often, so when there is an issue, sometimes you just have to reset it, and it's working like brand new. Just one of those things, you know. Um, Hey, Vitamin, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. I did say it's been kind of a crazy month, and when I say that, I literally haven't had a chance really to play the last two events. This month, I'm hoping I'll be able to play a fair amount, but again, this month and last month we've been crazy busy. Um, I'm not entirely sure how things will play out in terms of streaming. So I just want to give you a heads up right now that it's very likely I will not have a stream for the month of July. Just a heads up. It's possible that I do have one, but I don't want to guarantee one. So this month will be much less on streams. Tomorrow there will not be a stream. I will have a video posted instead, though, for a contest. And so I don't know how that contest will look. It's going to be a combined contest. This July month will have a different contest than normal because I'm going to just combine Saturday and Sunday all into one big giveaway all at one time. And so, like, when we get to August, right, that first August weekend will be all the winners for July. So that's kind of my plan for right now, just to make it a little easier on me for right now as well. And that's part of the reason that I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. But that is kind of the game plan right now. Another thing is I will probably be trying to do like kind of like a Hero like how Hero Wars has done their rewards in the sense that I'm gonna figure out how many web gift packages I have because I know I have more on Facebook than web. And then we're gonna just kind of do a giveaway all in the month of July. So it'll be like a big July contest winners in August, and you just need to enter once. Let me know if you're on Facebook or web, and I'm not going to separate it Saturday, Sunday like I normally do. This upcoming one will just be, doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Sunday, it'll just be if your ID is on there or if you leave a nice comment or something and you're subscribed, obviously, then you have a chance of being a winner. It'll probably be like that simple just for the upcoming month of July. And that video will be posted tomorrow. So just a heads up on that. That's probably going to be how this contest will be for July. Not sure how August will play, but that's the plan for July. And the first weekend of August, I plan on having a live stream, hopefully, and we'll have the winners. And if it can't be a live stream, it'll be a video with all the winners. So we'll get things sorted for sure, but that is kind of how things are going to go. I know typically, first week of July, people are going to be asking, where's the July contest? We're going to do things a little differently this month, and I just want to give you a heads up on it. Yeah, so just a heads up. That's kind of how it's going to be planned. Drain says, always good to see Judge being worked on. In a few years, he will be be the strongest in the terms of power. We love to hear that. Hey, Viking. Yeah, assuming we do a poll, we'll definitely put you on there, Viking. So yeah, I think we addressed kind of what the plan is right now for the upcoming contest. So that's going to be something to look out for tomorrow. I will let everyone know in the Discord channel as well and give you guys a heads up, like, hey, I just posted it. Be on the lookout. I'll try to post it in the YouTube area as well. Sometimes things are not showing up on Discord the way I want them to, but typically they are. Sometimes they're just a little off. Anyway, all right, so there's that. Got this event going on here, Emerald Waterfalls. Okay. I will probably be, we got 2 days left. I was thinking I might just save my portal charges, but because I still have 2 days of this event left, doesn't quite make sense for me to just hold all my charges like this. So I'm gonna have to use at least one of them, right? Crazy not to. So we're gonna do that and run it up right now. Oh man, Dragon, that's a great comment. I'll read that in a second. Ray says Charlie did put a video trying to do the emerald value across all the items. He still thinks it's not worth worrying about spending on the thing. I agree 110%. I don't even think you need to do a breakdown on it, quite frankly. I don't think there's any value there outside of the first reward for each tier. So, I mean, to me, that makes no sense. Like, if you're going to have great value on at least three of the five, maybe that makes sense. But when you only have value on one of the chests out of five or six that you're going to get, really, really not the most bang for your buck, especially when you have four times emerald sales and other opportunities to take advantage, right? Just to make sense. Um, Racist Charlie did a video trying to do the emerald value. Yep, okay, I read that. Rantop, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream as we skip through this battle. Hopefully, yeah, we won. Nice. Dragon says, remember, pirates always are about stealing from others that which is most precious. Not guess that's what Nextra's role is in this. That's a great comment. I love it. I think that's hilarious. I'm sure obviously Nextras wouldn't love that comment, but I think that's hilarious. Um, yeah, no, I do think that they definitely are trying to take advantage of people who might just, purchase the item just because they see it. I just don't think it's a value. It's just not a value there. It's not there. There's no need to do a breakdown. It's not there. um, but yeah, Rantop says use it or lose it in regards to the portal charges. Yeah, you're right. So I mean, obviously we don't want to lose out on any value here. I'm actually going to try to use up my portal charges. Maybe we'll leave one, right? So then I have 2 more days to recover. We'll get up to three. Then we'll be able to go into that first day of the upcoming pet event and hopefully be able to finish or get close to finishing off chorus for us. We probably won't get all the way there, but I mean, if I get close, I'll be more than happy with what the result. When we'll take a look at chorus in a second here, I have some work to be done on chorus. I've really been focusing all my chaos particles on Axel, which is good and bad, right? It's great for my Axel in terms of Axel getting stronger, but it's not great for chorus because I can't use chorus even as a pet really. He's not purple yet. He's not even violet yet. So that's probably one of my biggest issues. Gonna have to work on that. That's a shortcoming, but we'll get there. And he's also only 5-star, where I'd love to have him up to 6. So got some work to do. Great Storm starting next week, which I'm super pumped about. Dre says, "Oh, in the times 3 Emerald Sale experiment." Uh, yeah, I mean, look, it just doesn't make sense unless you're seeing a times 4 sale. There's no value. No, I mean, in terms of, well, I say no value, but it's definitely like there's some events that are such a good deal that once you see them, you can't go to a lesser deal because you just feel like you're getting, not as good of a deal. Drain says, only way I'd consider burning emeralds, not money, on this event is if I had at least random elemental spirit totem spheres. Other than that, it's not worth looking at. I agree. I think I agree. Unless you're really, really wanting something specific, right? Like if you really want Cleaver and you have a bunch of emeralds saved, um, maybe this is not the event to go wild on the hero chest, but I could justify, or I could see someone justifying potentially going after Cleaver in a hero chest, just pull Mania. That I understand. But, again, is it the smartest thing? Maybe not. Maybe you should use your emeralds trying to get totem spheres. But, if that's what you want to do, it's what you want to do. Random says, one of the event tabs for the nature season is 5 altars of power. Mine started today. Maybe yours will start tomorrow. 5 altars of power. I'm going to look at that. Let's see. Once we get through this pet adventure, we will look at that for sure. John says, on my main account, just not my last pet to absolute. Just got my last pet to absolute. So now I get to spend everything in the pet event on the resource box. Very nice. I mean, alternatively, right, if you don't want to do that, you can always just save your boxes because usually they add the newest pet to the box. I'm not saying that's what you have to do. I'm just saying that's one option, right? I mean, I've done that before, but I totally understand why you'd want just chaos particles to try to upgrade your pets. I mean, pets are important. I think, it definitely gets a little bit lost in the shuffle right now because we haven't had a new pet in a minute. Um, and I think Asgard just takes up so much more of your front, like it's more eye popping because there's so much to do there. But I do think pets, right? Don't sleep on them. Make sure you try to do your daily pet stuff and upgrade them. I think that's the best thing for it. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. We're loading up here. We're going to go ahead and skip this battle. Very nice. Making our way to the end of this, to the Orion boss. Making our way in the pet adventure. All right, let's see. We are cruising right along. The only thing that can stop us is loading pages. Don't do it to us. Don't do it to us. Um, but yeah, so we're going to go ahead and crush this, hopefully. Collect the buff from Altar of Power 5 times. I think if you do it once when you run through, it does allow you to get some automatically. Yeah, Anthony, if you can post that link in the Discord, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. I think YouTube doesn't allow for links to get posted. Maybe I'm wrong, but last I checked, there were some issues. They were making a big deal about it. I just don't get YouTube's policy sometimes. But hey, you know what? Do what you got to do. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that list, Anthony, if you got it. Day 7 task to collect buffs. All right, so we're cruising here. We got 2 more battles that we can do right now, if I'm not mistaken here. Drain says a question: at which point do you swap Cleaver in, and if at all, as a main tank for any other? If you get him super early, as I did on day 3, I swapped mine for Anvari as soon as I got Andy to 4 stars. Had this question asked another day, but didn't know what to answer. Yeah, I mean that's a great question, and I think it depends. So a couple things to really consider when you're looking at Anvari and Cleaver. I love Anvari for general purposes, right? So when I'm talking about general purpose, I'm talking about PvP matchups. So we're looking at any general time, right? Any general fight, Anvari is going to be your go-to option. Cleaver's great for campaign, and he's great for little events. When I say little events, I'm talking about like events like this, right? Cleaver actually does a great job fighting, and his main purpose is to attack the back line. So when you're fighting someone who has a strong back line, or potentially problematic back line, what I mean by that, right? What I mean by that is essentially if you have someone who has a lot of healers, you want to get rid of those healers. The only time you don't want to use that, and there's an exception, is Dorian. If you see Dorian on opposing side, you don't want to use Cleaver. Alternatively, right, you want to use Invari when you see Kark. Anytime you see Kark, gotta use Invari no matter what as your tank. Cleaver is good, but he's not going to get the job done against a Kark related team. Just doesn't have the same stat protection. I mean, essentially, the thing is, Invari is just so good at holding down Kark and a lot of frontline attackers. I really like Cleaver for going after backline attackers. So if you're someone who's using maybe Helios on the opposing side, Cleaver might be a great option to try to take out that hero. So I mean, it just really depends on the matchup. But personally, I prefer in PvP matchups, and depending on my team, I prefer Anvari 95% of the time. The 5% of the time you're going to be using Cleaver over Anvari is when you're trying to go after someone in the back line specifically that is not Dorian, and you're trying to take that opponent out quick. So I'll show you some examples, but what I mean is team formation, right? So I guess generally speaking, right, if I have a team, I would want Anvari 90% of the time. Let's see. So a team like this would be great with Anvari. Let me find Anvari real quick. Put Yasmin in there, for example. Yasmin, Anvari, and maybe Nebula. Then, I mean, I would probably have either Judge or Sebastian here, just someone who's protecting my team. And maybe like you throw in another attacker. Who do we like? Heck, I feel like you could throw an Iris here, for example. Or, I mean, I guess you could go with a popular Fafnir because he's emerging as more of a popular hero. But I think, that could be something to look at, right, as a team in general. But if I'm using Cleaver, I have a very specific number 2 hero in mind. And this is how I run my Cleaver team. I've got Ishmael in the 2 spot. So when I'm using Cleaver, I'm using Ishmael because I want my front line to be beefy and attacking. So usually, right, if I have this kind of team, an ideal thing here is either you have Thea as a healer, and or you have like Maya, someone else who's healing here. Another option is Martha. But obviously, if this is your first team, then you're only running with Martha, right, on this particular squad. Maybe you have Nebula in here. But basically, at this point, you're just looking for support on these guys. You could probably throw in Jet here is what I meant to click, and not Ashton Lucas. But basically, you're relying on your front lines to kind of just get things done. Cleaver's a good attacker, and he has pretty good health. I think you'd want Oliver on here. I'm really not going to be able to click all these right this second, but obviously you'd switch up the pets. But I do think that you'd have a frontline heavy attack unit if you're going to go with Cleaver. You just need a lot of health and healing to make sure they stay alive. Jet is really there to help these guys deal a ton of damage. So I like that kind of approach with that Cleaver unit. It just really depends on who you ultimately want to use. You can kind of see, I think, well, I didn't go with that here because I think my Ishmael was too weak at the time. But if I were to reconstruct my team here, I would probably put Ishmael in on this squad. And I know I switch it up depending on my teams here. Kark, Nebula, Sebastian. Ideally, you'd have Martha there. But I do have Martha here because I have her for my healing units. And this Jew is a little problematic. I would rather have Yasmin here. It's a little offensive minded, but that's okay. Here also, I mean, I like that setup for now. It does take out Jew, which sucks because I love Jew's offensive power, but he's really more of a stall man when I use him on defense. Great offensive guy, but just more of a defensive staller if you have Jew out there. Anyway, so I just like having more of a frontline attack when I am doing Cleaver, and I like to pair him up with Ishmael. I really think they're a great combo, annoying health and attacking combo. Let's see. Vitamin says the development team of heroes is out of their minds. The price has increased and the times 4 sale is gone. Now it's time 3. They are kidding us. Yeah, I'm kind of the mindset of like we just hold off. Like we don't really like need to make the purchase on the times 3 sale. Um, we wait for a big event, right? Like right now it's times 3. Yeah, this sucks. I hate that personally. I will probably I don't know. Did Hero Wars make an announcement on why that is? If not, I'd love to hear more. Um, I don't love it. I think the times 3 sucks. I will definitely be waiting for a times 4. So if Summerfest drops a times 4, I will look at that a lot more seriously than I'm going to look at what they've got going on right now. Right now, I think it's just kind of a joke. Don't love the times 3. I mean, I think it's better than the normal deal, but I still don't love that. It's times 3 as opposed to times 4. It should be times 4. That's what it's been forever. I kind of think there should be a times 8 for people who maybe purchase them even more often, right? I think you should have loyalty bonuses. Like, what's the point of when you get to VIP 10? There's nothing after VIP 10. Why not make it up to VIP 12? And if you hit VIP 12 now, you get that times 6 or times 8.